So let's look at other developments in the business. In our logistics business, which is the management of the flow of things between their point of origin and their final destination in order to meet the needs of companies and customers, is a subset of the supply chain management. Well, what's going on in that sector? What's going on with logistics? We have Mr. Bolaji Onobolu. He's the Chief Executive Officer of First Vending Nigeria Limited, joining us to bring us up to date on what's going on there. Good morning, Mr. Onobolu. Good to see you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, so with COVID, a lot of things went virtual, but I don't think a lot of that happened in your sector. We still have to move things about. What difference has COVID brought to your business?
Well, for us, in the haulage space, COVID, I'll look at it from two sides: an advantageous side, the side where we had some advantages, and then the side where we had some losses. Let me start with the good side. The advantage we had was that, number one, you find out that depending on the sector where you operate within the space, the haulage space, if you recall, there was a lot of movement of palliatives, for example, even at the heat of the COVID.
Especially food items.
Yes. So the industry was there to move the items from the source to the respective warehouses in the States. We also, my company, we also partake in the oil and gas sector, and we move gas, LPG, and whereas people were at homes and more food was eaten and more cooking was done, more gas was also burned. So
that was more business for you?
Yeah, in a way, yes. Yes. But then some other areas, for example, we work for some oil and gas companies. We move lubricants for them. And when nobody was moving, the cars were not working, nobody was servicing, no oil was being changed, no oil was drained.
Yeah.
Everybody was at home, fewer cars on the road. There was less purchase of lubricants. So in both ways, the good and the bad, but at least we're able to strike a balance. So I would say overall, yeah, we had some benefit.
But have you had disruptions? Have you had any changes with COVID?
Now, COVID, again, I would say, changed the pattern of purchase for some certain items. Fortunately for us in Nigeria, it wasn't so severe, so we thank God for that. But apparently, I would say that when COVID was high and the cost of energy was low, the international price of fuel fell, yes, crude, and all that stuff. So I remember we're buying diesel, I think 2020, middle of 2020, we're buying diesel for about 180, 185 naira. Now, things have gone back to normal. And as of today, diesel is 400 naira per litre.
Yes.
So that's
diesel
a big
is
jump.
17%. I know we talked about that a couple of days ago.
Big jump. 185 in 2020 June to 400, 2022 February. I mean, that's well over 200%. Massive change.
Yeah.
So, again, like I was saying, that all in all, we are striking a balance, but it's more difficult for us now, post-COVID, than during the
pandemic,
yes,
the heat of the pandemic.
Yes.
Because we still have the pandemic here.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
One of the challenges that has been talked about, especially in your line of business, is infrastructure. Because you move a lot. So you have to deal with roads, you have to deal with law enforcement agencies on the road. Share with us what's going on in that.
All right. Okay, very nice question there. I will, first of all, let us, take us through the road infrastructure. Nigeria, today, our total square meter, Nigeria is 923,000 square kilometers. In the geographical position of Nigeria. Today, of 923,000 square kilometers of land mass, Nigeria has only about 190,000 kilometers length of roads. Let me give you a comparison. South Africa has a geographical land space of 1,200 and something square kilometers. But South Africa has 750,000 kilometers of road network. In fact, South Africa is rated among the number 10 in terms of countries with the longest network of roads. South Africa has a population of just about 70 million. So when you look at the average, when you look at the ratio between the length of kilometers and the total square kilometer of the country, South Africa has been able to produce and pave roads that is almost 62% of the total country land mass. So let's come to Nigeria. Nigeria is 923 square kilometers, and we have 195 or 190,000 kilometers of road network, which represents about 21% of our land mass. We have 200 million people. Now, Ghana has 230 square kilometers in coverage. Ghana has about 60 million kilometers of road network, representing about 28%. So Ghana is a smaller country with a population of not more than about 35, 40 million, already has a better ratio of road network too. Anyway, let's leave those ones. Let's come to Nigeria. Of the 190,000 kilometers length of road that we have, you'll be surprised to find out that about 130,000 kilometers of that is actually rural road, unpaved. We have about 30,000 federal roads, 30,000 kilometers of federal road, and about, I think, about 35,000 of state roads. So that's
what's this costing the economy?
Okay, let me put it this way. Today, prior to when there was a concession given to Dangote for the Apapa-Oshodi Expressway, let's take it from Alakpere all the way down to Antoni to Oshodi, all the way down to Mile 2, all the way down towards Papa. It took hours for people to move. But today, with the road now built with concrete, it's smooth. If you look at the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, before this ongoing reconstruction, it will take you an average of between 3 to 4, 5 hours, even sometimes unpredictable number of hours to move from Lagos to Ibadan. But today you can safely say 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. You are probably most likely to be in Ibadan. That's exactly how it is. Now, for us in the haulage business, one very key factor is turnaround time. If you are investing in the industry, your vehicles must be constantly on the move. The more movements you can make within this time space, the better your profitability and the efficiency. So you find out that if you have to spend, there was a time there was a bridge that got broken somewhere in Niger State, and for one whole week, all trucks moving between the south and the north had to suspend their movement. It's painful that you see some pictures of how dilapidated our roads are. You will see drivers, they will come out of their vehicles, begin to put stones and, just to be able to pass. Definitely a journey that between Lagos and Kano, which is about 1,200 kilometers, should not take a truck more than 4 days. The loading time, the travel time, arrival time should not be more than 4 days. By the time it's coming back empty, and of course, when they are traveling, they need to be more careful and, they follow and obey. Yes. So when they're coming back, they are lighter. So you're talking about Lagos, Kano, 7 days. But where you find a situation whereby they cannot even reach Kano in 14 days.
14 days, 2 weeks?
Yes. Wow. So what then happens? So if you are moving from Lagos to Ibadan, to Jeba, to Mokwa, to Tegina, all those places, it takes you a longer time. So you find out that people even now pass through, Akure, connect onto Lokoja and then head to Abuja because the roads are better.
And this time costs money.
It costs a lot.
Because your customers have targets. They've given you targets and you need to meet up. Well, another issue that you have, I mean, I have heard of it, for instance, if we're in a border between Lagos and Ogun State. So if you have a courier service, then they tell you they're permitted to deliver in Lagos, they're not permitted to deliver in Ogun, so, and you have to go across different states. So
I'll give you a story. When there was this VAT issue between the federal and the states, and I think Lagos State and a few another state, River State, got a court order. Everybody misinterpreted it. So a truck was loaded from Lagos, consigned to Enugu. They got to Onitsha, and then the Onitsha people came and said they should pay them VAT. They demanded 15,000 for every truck that will pass through Onitsha. The goods were not consigned. So even if the states were allowed to generate their own VAT, you generate it only from where you are expected to drop the goods. But when somewhere being between, you have to, and then there is no, how would you get to Enugu State without passing through Anambra? So the people took laws into their hands. When the drivers refused, they would beat them, and these people are with policemen. So that's one side of it. You mentioned taxes. Every January, the average operator will vote about 40,000 for every vehicle in your fleet, every single vehicle. So when
Does it go to the government?
No, that's the problem. Wow. There was a joint task force. So when you get it, if you obtain your stickers in Lagos, it's meant to cover you all the way through Pan-Nigeria. But you'll be shocked. You get to the east again, I'm sorry to say, you get to the east again, the boys will tell you that, sorry, this one, emission, this one, mineral, this one, on per deck, you've not gotten it.
All right, Mr. Nobolu, we really have to get you to come and talk about this again because the time is really against us. We have a shorter time. Thank you so much, Mr. Bolaji Nobolu,
Thank you so
Chief
much.
Executive Officer of First Vending Nigeria Limited, for sharing your experience with us. And we do hope that with the conversations going on around this, that some things will be done.
Well, but I must say it's getting better, though, because we've never had it this good in terms of efforts being made to ensure that there are improvements on the road. Things are getting better.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.